So how do you feel? Pretty good, huh? We're part of that. That's the stuff of which we're made. We're emanations of that one spirit. It's all one. The thing is, we are unique, unrepeatable creations of this spirit, the outpicturing. We're the way this beautiful energy comes alive and knows itself, just like the plant growing. We're that emanation of spirit, and the way life, God, spirit, knows itself. You and me, all of us. We're here to wake up to that and remember that this power is unlimited. And today's theme is stories in my mind, because being made of creative potential, unlimited possibilities, made of that stuff, that essence, we're creators. We're the authors and creators of the stories of our lives. And I love stories. Do you love stories? I love stories. I mean, of course, being an elementary school teacher, you know, books are what just bring kids alive, bring them alive. And I remember, you know, teaching for 20 years, I had boxes of kindergarten material and third grade material, other material, but I couldn't get rid of the boxes for so long, right, Kirk? Because every time I went to open them, I would go, oh, I can't get rid of that. Oh, there's Harry the dirty dog. And there's where the sidewalk ends. And there, and on and on and on. And I just, Miss Rumphius, I couldn't get rid of the books because, oh, I just even now get the God bumps thinking about them, because stories wake life up. The good ones. They wake you up. They make you feel fully alive. I mean, think of your favorite stories. Do you know we spend most of our free time involved in stories? How many of you went to the movies this weekend? How many of you watched a television program this weekend? How many of you played a video game this weekend? How many of you went to the theater this weekend? How many of you saw a dance performance or an opera or a ballet? Or all of our life is surrounded by story, from the days that we first learned to draw on cave walls. And you know, first service, somebody raised their hand there because they saw cave drawings this weekend. Is that cool? I mean, it's all around us. It's inherent within us. Stories wake us up. But most important, they're there to teach us. To really, you know, we use stories to teach kids, you know, our values, right and wrong, what's good about life. We use stories, but also stories are there for us to think, what would I do in that situation? How can I solve that? Ooh, what feels right and good to me? Where are my values? We had a small first service, and we stood around in a circle, and each named what was our favorite book or movie or book, movie, play, whatever. And it was interesting how every person, you could tell, the movie or the book that they loved the most was so in alignment with who they are. I mean, we can tell who we are by looking at what ignites our soul. But today we're going to go a little further than just the out there books and stories. Today we're talking about the stories of our own lives, the ones that we're creating moment by moment by moment. When I say that you are children of the Most High, you're made in the image and likeness of love, of God, of goodness, of joy, of power, of creativity. You are powerful beyond measure. All your needs are met right now, and the universe is continually conspiring for your good. How many of you would go, yeah, right on? Yeah, a few of you, and you go, are you sure? Are you really sure that's true? Is that really true? I'm not sure that's true. Because we have the power of free will. And we can choose to limit that power. You know what I mean? And so many of us, all of us, spend our life, some of our life, in different degrees, in limitation and negativity. We put limits on our good. Limits on what we're here to learn. We see through the lens of negativity instead of possibility, because we're looking from the outside in instead of the inside out. You know, The Power of Now. What a life-changing book. Eckhart Tolle said, I want you to listen to this. The greater part of human pain is unnecessary. Not all of human pain, because pain is definitely a way we learn, but the greater part of human pain is unnecessary. It is self-created. As long as the unobserved mind runs your life. The unobserved mind. Many of us are going like this, and we're letting our subconscious mind drag us around in life and beat us up, and we're going, yeah, we're exhausted because we're bumping over things. We don't need to. We need to take control of our lives. We're the authors. We're the creators. We get to decide. We get to choose. But we have to be aware. We have to look at life and say, I want to take charge of my life. If we want to redirect where our life's going, we have to redirect our thoughts about our life. We have to look higher and better and more instead of looking at what's wrong all the time. Ernest Holmes says, limitations. How many of you have limitations? Oh, come on, fess up. We all do. Limitations are easy to establish. Really easy to establish. In fact, he says they are too easy. Too easy to establish. You and I have to learn how to move through those limitations. And it's interesting because if you really look at your life, we come here, we pray, we do affirmations, we think good thoughts, we contemplate, we sing inspirational music, we do all the right things. And then what happens when you walk out the door? How many of you are reinforcing your limitations and negativity because you go right back into the same old patterns? How many of you, I can think of stories I've told over and over and over and over and over again that I got so sick of myself. But I couldn't stop. Because we can't do better until we know better. And this, Joan Borisenko, she also has another author, wrote a beautiful book called, many books, but one of her books is Pocket Full of Miracles. Remember that little book, little daily guide, a little blue book, just really would help me through many times. And she writes this, she says, we cannot wish old stories away. Can't do that. Nor do spiritual exercises for overcoming them until, now this until is the important part, until we have woven a healing story. Until we've woven a healing story that transforms our previous life's experience and gives meaning to whatever pain that we have endured. Wow. We have to know better. You know, if you talk to authors, playwrights, if you talk to screenwriters, the actors, actresses, people involved in story, if you want to do a really good job in the story of your life, you've got to do really, really, really good research. It's not enough just to live by the seat of your pants. We got to do our work. Somebody else can't do it for us. We've got to do our work. When we have a situation in front of us, and I'm sure right now, as I tell you all the time, I don't know when you walk in here where you are on this spiritual journey. I don't know what great event has just happened or what loss has happened in your life, where you are on this spectrum of the up and downs of life. I'm not sure. But when we can infuse any point of our life with greater meaning and understanding, things will change. We live right now in a pretty interesting world. I don't think people are any really too much different than they have been. When Marianne and I were sitting down talking, she was saying that they just went and saw the show Ragtime last night, and she goes, gosh, it was in the 1900s and we're still experiencing the same problems we had back then. I said, Marianne, I'm reading all the stories of Jesus. We're still experiencing the same problems as back then, 2,000 years ago. We're not getting it the way we should. But I believe that you and I came here at this time in history to lead humanity forward. Not just us right here, but all of us that are choosing to lift the consciousness into oneness, into eternal life for everyone always, to make life as good, inherently good, that we are the creators of our experience. All of these things that can really lead us out of all this craziness. But this story that's going on right now, beyond all this chaos, there's a beautiful perfection. We're here to wake up. Now, if any of you are, and I don't know how we really can't somewhat keeping track of the craziness in the political scene. There are spin doctors who spin stories. Oh my God, they take the truth and they spin it so it sounds better. We need to learn in our own lives to become positive spin doctors and take negative experiences in our lives and turn them up for the greater good. Do you agree with me? And look at what's going on in our world instead of going, oh my goodness gracious, do you believe all this that's going on? Do you believe it? We need to spin it for something better. Because that way, remember when I told you that the energy when we stand up to celebrate is contagious? Our energy is contagious. And if we want to matter in the world right now, we better darn well start doing things that are good and right and true. We need to move things to a greater understanding. Are you willing to move with me on this? Doesn't mean we need to be mean and nasty to people that forget. We need to be the example. Because it was Gandhi who said, my life is my message. It's my life. It's not telling somebody what to do that's going to change the world. It's living in a consciousness and an energy that you and I can be an example of being the light, to look at the greater good. You see, we can't change the events in our life, but we can change our thoughts about the events. We can see the whole picture instead of just part of it. I have some extended family that has made up a story about me that is it's just something I can't even believe. But it's not my job to change them. I don't want to spend my energy trying to convince them of something different. It's my life that has to be my message. And until I can shift my mind into not being worried about that and just sprinkle out those white sparklies of what is good and right and true the best I can, then what's going to matter? Does it matter if I try to spend my energy converting somebody who doesn't really care and would rather point the finger and make something bad and wrong? No, we're here because we are here to live our best life. So, say with me, I'm here to live my best life. Why? Because I'm alive. I'm alert. I'm enthusiastic. I feel good. I look good. I am good. And look at the person next to you and say, and so are you. And turn the other way and say, and so are you. By gosh, we're in this together. It's Ernest Holmes who said we should be able to look at any wrong condition and know we can change it. We can look at any wrong condition and know we can change it. We might not be able to change it on the outside right now, but we can certainly change the way we look and feel about it. So I want you to take a wrong condition in your life, something that's just not working for you so good, okay? And I'm just going to invite you to close your eyes. You know what I always say, you have to untangle and unravel yourself to be open and available to the infinite good that's always present. And I'm going to read and share another quote by Ernest Holmes right now, and I want you to just feel into it. It's important we feel into these things. The highest mental practice is to listen to the inner voice and to declare its presence. Turn within and feel within you is a power, a presence, a goodness, a spark of divinity that knows. A spark of divinity that's never hurt or hampered, but is always in its perfection, in its wholeness. The highest mental practice is to listen to the inner voice and to declare its presence. All great souls have known and have constantly striven to let the mind of God express through their mentalities. To remember, of myself I can do nothing. It is the Father within, whatever name you call it, whatever power you call it, it is the Father within that doeth the work. Remember, we are co-creators in this beautiful experience of life. We are co-creators. There is a power greater than we are that we can use, and we are here to use it now. So take this moment being aware. We have to be aware first and foremost in our lives. Be aware of where in our lives there is a problem, a difficulty, that place that we've built a cage around our possibilities, that we've imprisoned ourselves with our limitation. We have to be aware of it first and foremost. So put that on this table, this altar in your own heart. And once we're aware of that, it's just exactly what Marianne was telling us today. We need to surrender. We need to surrender. How perfect is that? Oh my gosh, see, there's a goodness everywhere present. Surrender, and if I find it helps beautifully to have a little mantra, a chant, something to let go, and either say, breathe in, God is, I am. God is, I am. God is, I am, until there's a space for what needs to be known. You may say there is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. Now, whatever it is, whatever mantra it is, and whatever language, whatever, doesn't matter. Simply speaking the truth for yourself, that you can surrender into a greater knowing. How can I repackage this situation so I know better, I understand more? How can I do that right here and right now? Beautiful, beautiful. So if you're going to transform this beautiful picture of your life, this beautiful story of your life, I'm going to say a few things to you and see which one you need to focus on. Because if we're going to be the spin doctors, we want to know what we're spinning into, right? Everything is one. God is all there is. Life is inherently good. I am the creator. My thoughts are things. Life is inherently good. God is conspiring for my good right now, and all my needs are met, and everything is in divine order right now. Are you ready for that one? Just say it. Everything is in divine order right now. Does it feel like that? Good, because you decide if it does or not. You decide if it feels good or not. You know, when Jesus came here, and since we're just on the tail of our resurrection and our Easter Sunday, Jesus came in a time of great turmoil and difficulty to show there is a better way. To show us there's a better way. No matter how ingrained the culture is in separation, man's inhumanity to man and to difficulty, he came to show us we can change it. And he gave us the tools. All that I have done, you may do more, better, expanded. Ye are God's. Knock, and the door will be answered. Seek, and you shall find. It's there for us now. He taught us all those things, as so many of the great teachers have. It's our job to do it now. And you know the beauty of it? Once we embody that, once we understand the power we hold, we get to share it. We get to lead humanity forward. This is not something new. Hafez, our beautiful 13th century mystic, and this is what we're closing on right now, our beautiful 13th century mystic Hafez says, small men and women, not in stature, but small men and women in consciousness, build cages around everything and everyone they see. We would say judgments, limitations, everyone they see. But the sages who have to duck when the moon is low, the sages who keep their mind elevated, they're throwing keys all night long to the beautiful, rowdy prisoners. We have so much help. The keys are being thrown to us right now to open the door to the kingdom. The kingdom is just bringing heaven on earth, just bringing ourselves into full acceptance of who we truly are. that we are made in the image and likeness of love right here, that we are the emanation of the Spirit right now. There is no separation. So we're going to pray right now as our musicians come up, because we want to close this in celebration. We want to be able to leave here with a great big smile on our face, because we appreciate ourselves right now. So come into this moment just breathing in again and remembering without question how divinely we're made. We have these human, beautiful vessels to carry our spirit into the experiences of life we need. I'm just inviting us to look at ourselves with awe and wonder and humility, to be in a place where we have reverence for all life and the beautiful story that life has written all around us and through us. To be truly grounded in knowing that in this moment and every moment, we have everything we need to make the change in our consciousness, to spin our stories into something better and more beautiful, to show the power of our spirit right here and now in this beautiful incarnation. How blessed we are. Life is good. This day, every moment is an opportunity to smile, be joyous, and celebrate. Whether it's through laughter or tears, to celebrate that we are alive, to be fully engaged in the life we're living, and to know that we are not alone. We are so blessed. So just take this moment right now and start with a smile that comes from the inside of your heart. The smile that says how beautiful, magnificent, and special you are. You are significant. You matter. There will never be anyone else like you. Wow, how good it is that you are here. How supported and blessed you are. And take a nice deep breath on that. And I want you, with the fullness of your whole being, just to say either thank you God, thank you life, thank you love, thank you Spirit, whatever it is you want to say, but just say thank you right now. Say it loud. And thank you for being on this journey with me together. I know we have amazing things to do right now and beyond. And so